I love it. I love all of them. I hope they have the creepy Spanish guy in it again.
Yeah, that's every guy. It takes place in Spain.
Oh.
Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast, starring Tyson Cox and Tyler Waltz.
Hello, and welcome to episode 27 of Nerd News. I am Tyler Waltz, and with me is
Tyson Cox. Want to give a quick shout out to Beat Boy Defense Juice, man.
Boy of the Juices of Defense.
Now, a big shout out to Defense Mechanism for letting us use his wonderful song Beat Juice on our theme.
Very good.
What's up, Tyler? What are we talking about?
There's tons of stuff I wanted to talk about today. I've been very excited. We didn't bring it up last time, but I wanted to start with it this time. I am so excited for the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were telling me because before they either announced they were going to do it or because the trailer just came out, right? That was the big thing.
A gameplay trailer.
Gameplay trailer. Yeah. Because you were like, I love it. I love all of them. I hope they have the creepy Spanish guy in it again.
Yeah, that's every guy. It takes place in Spain.
Oh. Wait. Even like their heroes, did they got a temporary citizenship? They moved there? Chris Redfield?
Did you never play Resident Evil 4? Also, Chris Redfield's not in it.
Pardon me, guys. Well,
like, you're fine.
I just leave and you hear a gunshot.
So Resident Evil 4 is my favorite Resident Evil that has ever existed. Mm-hmm. It's cliched as everybody's favorite. It's
well, when you do something real good.
Yeah, it's what revolutionized third-person shooting.
Okay.
Like, everyone up to this point was the fixed camera. Like, you walk into a room, and then it's the camera here.
Yeah.
Or you're walking towards the camera.
And you had to do geometry to hit them. You're like,
yeah, right.
I have 9 bullets, and I'm going to miss 8 with 8 of them.
Exactly, yeah. And it's just like, that was one zombie, and there's 4 in the room.
Yeah.
But this was the very first one that did the over-the-shoulder, and then your firearm had a laser pointer, so you could tell where the bullet was.
Oh, yeah.
I played this. It's the only game... It was, sorry, not the only game. It was the very first game I ever 100%ed.
Nice.
And I have beat it on every single thing it's come out on.
That's a
everything. Since the PlayStation 2, I have beat it on every console I've owned.
Yeah, that's really depressing to listen to.
I love it. I love that game. It's really the turning point for me with video games.
Yeah.
It's what really got me into it.
I never... What it come out on originally?
PlayStation 2 and GameCube.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't have a GameCube, and we were poor, so we didn't have a PS2. We had a PS1 for a long time.
Yep.
So that's why I didn't get to play it. But
You said you had a PlayStation 2?
No, I had a PlayStation 1.
Oh,
didn't get the 2 until way late.
Gotcha.
I was always lagging behind. Yeah. But now I have finally beat the scalpers.
Yeah.
With a wrench, actually.
Yeah, right. They had a bunch in their trunk.
They're like, I was going to sell these for a markup later. But no, I bought got a PS5 now, and I'm excited to play it because it does look good. They've updated the graphics. People are like wondering, like kind of complaining or like, what do you think of the character redesigns?
So
is there a big difference?
There is, but I think it's more along the lines of like the time that it was made. Like it was, we're talking about going from PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
Like that's a big jump.
Yeah.
A lot of people...
That's like going from Mark Zuckerberg now to Mark Zuckerberg then. Weirdly enough, it was way better in the past.
So the Leon that we got in Resident Evil 4 was a slightly aged up version of Resident Evil 2 Leon.
Okay.
But with the graphics of Resident Evil 2 to 4, it wasn't very drastic. The Resident Evil 4 Leon that we're getting now looks like an aged up version of Resident Evil 2's remaster aged up.
Okay.
So
I didn't do well in algebra, so that was just an algebra problem, you know, right?
Right. So
all right, if Chris leaves the station going at 45 miles an hour.
The quickest way to sum it up is Resident Evil 2 was the very blocky animation.
Yeah.
So Resident Evil 4 just having the smooth animation was a big deal, and it looked fine. They changed what Leon looked like in the Resident Evil 2 remaster because it went from blocky graphics.
Sure.
It's like Lara Croft, like very squared off, and then like looked like a human.
They made his nipples less pointy?
Yeah, right. Yes, yeah, very disappointing. But this Resident Evil 4 just looks like the new Resident Evil 2 young Leon aged up, rather than getting it closer to Resident Evil 4 Leon. I'm fine with it.
I still don't. I'm not following, but like, is that good or bad?
It's neutral.
Okay.
I think that is a minimum thing to complain about. I was more worried that they were going to do the Resident Evil 2 remaster was incredible. It was flawless. It was so good. I was very disappointed with the Resident Evil 3 remake. They cut out a third of the game.
Yeah.
It was very short. They shoehorned in the extra campaign stuff with the new guy. I can't even remember what his name was, but like,
It's a good sign. He was lovable.
yeah, his was more of like the action-y stuff. It was fine. I wasn't into it. They should have just did what they did with Resident Evil 2. I pray that they just remake Resident Evil 4. I just want a better Resident Evil 4.
So that's rare?
Yes.
Because they always like to add. Do you think they're going to just remake the base game and then add like and if you want to do this other stuff, here's this optional game mode.
From the game.
What do you feel about that?
What do you mean?
Like if they did they remade it, boom, as is, remade it.
Yep.
But then also they're like, and also if you want to add these optional things, here's some different stuff.
I think that would be fine. I definitely don't think that's what they're doing.
Okay.
From the gameplay trailer, it looks like they are making a modern take on the story. Like from the trailer, it showed it. They're making it more Resident Evil 7 horror, which I think is a good move. I loved Resident Evil 4. Chapter 5, not great. Chapter 5 was where it got actiony, right? You made it to like a military-esque island, and it was very take cover shooty style.
Oh, okay.
That was where Resident Evil kind of jumped the shark a bit. But the first 4 chapters where you're in the village and the castle, excellent.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah.
From the trailer.
You said in Village?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I played it through.
Not Resident Evil Village. The first 2 chapters of Resident Evil 4 take place in a Spanish village.
Okay, I was gonna say I played Village and it felt very reminiscent of like the original. You had to get a key, go to an area.
Yes.
Mixed with some scarier stuff.
Yep.
Once I got in the spoiler alert, but once I got to the part where the big step on you vampire.
Yeah.
Once she was dead, I was like, I don't care anymore.
Apparently that happened with a lot of people.
Well, I was like, I thought that was the bad guy.
Well, no,
I know there's more to it now, but
Yeah.
like when they portray it in the trailers, they're like, look at Sarah Jessica Parker from the movie that you liked a lot as a kid, Tyson. Look at her.
The funny thing about the advertising is she was advertised as the first big baddie. Like we're showing you her because she's the first of the people. But people just ignored that because it was big, sexy vampire girl, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Disappointed.
I liked Resident Evil 8. I thought it was great.
Need to finish it, but like it took a lot of wind out of the sails. I'm not even kidding. Where I was like,
She shouldn't have been first. Okay. So you didn't beat the game?
No, I got
There's 4.
the Hammer Dude. I think was next on the.
The Hammer Dude should have been first.
Okay.
I think the Hammer Dude should have been first, and then the tiny puppet-esque girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Then Lady Demetrius?
Yeah.
Demetrius? I don't know. I can't remember.
Lady, step on me.
Yeah. Lady, please pick me up.
Yeah. Lady Uppies.
I'm not. Yeah.
Lady Uppies.
Lady Uppies. And then it should have been the big baddie that was pulling the strings.
Yeah.
I think starting with her was a bold move.
Bold move.
Also,
sold a lot of units, I bet.
a lot of heroes out there that modded the knife into a fly swatter.
That. I saw that. That makes it, that turning into a fly swatter immediately turns it from like, because I was playing the game, I was like, oh, this is intense.
Yeah.
To a very, very.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep. And then, if you beat, because every Resident Evil game, I think after 4, whenever you beat the game, you get like little tokens to redeem fun stuff like unlimited ammo. And this little kooky stuff. You get a lightsaber in Resident Evil 8. It wasn't called a lightsaber, but it turned the knife into a laser blade that just killed everything in one hit.
Oh, okay.
So just little goofy stuff like that. But Resident Evil 7 was extraordinarily horror.
Okay.
Amazing.
And that was the one right before it, right?
Yes.
And that's why I didn't know you could. I was like, I lost. The thing that threw me off is in the game, my hand gets cut off.
Yep.
And then I just put it back on.
Yeah.
It included like if his wrist, like I was like, okay, fine, he's part mushroom, whatever.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. But the fact his like sleeve also fixed itself.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, nah, come on,
A lot of people joked about that. Ethan, I think was his name?
Ethan Winters.
Ethan Winters.
bro. If I put my hand back on and that part of the sleeve was just missing, I'd be like, oh, that's attention to detail. That's so good. Let's go.
No, for sure. But Resident Evil 7 is probably my favorite other than 4.
Okay.
I take that back. Resident Evil 4, 2, 7. Leon's one of my favorite video game characters of all time.
Yeah. So do you feel that they're going to stick with the horror for the 4?
Yes, they said that they wanted to make a more horror-centric Resident Evil 4 story.
Okay.
I am 100 billion% behind that. The gameplay looked the same. They kept it third person. The gameplay trailer that they played was the very beginning of the game. But instead of just parking the car in front of the house, walking into the house, some shit goes down, the car drives off, you're on your own.
Yeah.
It was actually like it started at nighttime. When you walk into the house, you're not just immediately in the room. A lot of antiquated video game styles where it was like boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
point, point, point. Like it actually developed
Yeah.
where you walked into the house, you went into the basement, you had to move the curtains and you had a flashlight.
Okay. So they're integrating a lot of the horror stuff.
Yes. And
Okay.
it looked
So I'm out.
wonderful.
Again. I'm out.
we're going to have to play it for the channel. It's
Such a wuss.
yeah, but it's coming out in March, I believe.
Okay.
March 23rd.
Like, you mentioned the antiquated stuff. I don't mind that, especially because they're like, I like to sit down. Let's run, play a game. That Wild West game.
Yeah,
That
looks
looks
fun.
great. Blood West. What was it called?
Wild West or Killer West,
Killer West.
something like that.
Well, it looks fantastic. We'll edit it in.
Yeah.
But it looks so good. But it is point to point. Just
Yeah.
go point and shoot.
I got to the point where I could beat Resident Evil 4 in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Like I could speed run that game on the hardest difficulty. I could just
That's insane.
I adored that game. First game I ever 100%ed. But at around the same time, they also announced the Silent Hill 2 remaster,
Yes.
which we started talking about something, but I wanted to save it for the show because I think it is the core reason that Resident Evil kept going and Silent Hill has kind of puttered out.
Okay.
What did you say about
Well-
Silent Hill?
Yeah. I don't know. I got like two words in. You're like, just stop it. Save it for the pod.
Right.
Like, oh, okay.
What were you said 2 sentences?
It was
One. It was 2.
it was too scary.
and 2.
I couldn't figure out what to do.
Yeah.
I remember I spent like a long time just walking between like 3 or 4 rooms going,
Yeah.
I don't know what there's fog everywhere. I'm in different rooms, my flashlight. I'm not advancing the story and I'm still worried something's going to get me. So
Yeah.
I'm out. And for this reason, I'm out.
I think that's the core reason that Resident Evil kept going and Silent Hill stopped. I adore both of these series. I grew up with both of these series.
Yeah.
Silent Hill, to me, always came off as the hardcore Resident Evil.
I could see that.
Resident Evil was I am in a mansion. There are puzzles, or I'm on the city block. I need to find the key. I need to do this door. I've got a map. I've got this. It's straightforward. It's got some horror elements, but it's a straightforward A to B.
Yeah.
Silent Hill was a mess. Like, it was so complicated. Like, you weren't there to survive. You were there to figure out your past trauma, find your girlfriend, figure out why this town is it was just a complicated mess in the beautiful way, in a great way.
Yeah.
Of a story that, unless you really paid attention and you wanted to know, just bogged down a lot of stuff, and it was so confusing.
Yeah, I could definitely see that because I'm like, oh, I love scary video games.
Yeah.
Because I loved Resident Evil. So I was like, another one is good. It's very
Silent Hill was another monster.
Yeah,
Silent
literally.
Hill was terrifying.
Yeah.
It was so scary. I'm excited to see a Silent Hill 2 remake because Silent Hill 2 is the one that everybody...
Yeah.
It's just like the masterpiece of the series.
Yeah.
I hope they do it justice enough to bring it back because after the modern, like, PT was good. I know we never got it.
Modern what?
PT is what it was called. It was the game trailer that was the horror... The game never came out. It was Hideo Kojima. You never heard about
No,
this?
I'm at 0.
Terrifying. Absolutely
Okay.
terrifying. It was supposed to be a Silent Hill successor.
Okay.
It was so popular that when the game was announced to be canceled, they took the demo off the PlayStation store, and then people were selling PlayStations for hundreds of dollars because it had the PT demo on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
Was it like just post traumatic as PT or?
No, playtest. It literally didn't even have a name.
Oh.
But the secret ending of it, and don't. If anybody gets upset for me spoiling it, it's never going to happen. So the story of PT was it was supposed to be the next Silent Hill crazy horror thing from Hideo Kojima.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up in a room, you walk into a hallway, and every time you walk into that hallway and you go through any of the doors, you end up in that hallway again, but something is slightly different. The lights are different. The radio's on. It's always 11:59 though.
Okay.
And if you did a certain hidden sequence of events in the demo, you got a hidden trailer for the game to where it showed...
Thank God for YouTube. Otherwise, I would never... You know what I mean? I'd be like...
I played it. Me and my buddy Jacob played it. It's genuinely the most terrifying thing I've ever played. And it's a trailer. It's like a playable trailer.
Yeah.
Or playable teaser, whatever. And at the end of it, it was revealed that the main character was Norman Reedus. Like he was the guy.
Oh, yeah.
And this eventually ended up becoming Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't use PT because Hideo Kojima had a falling out with the company. And then he was like, I'm still going to use Norman Reedus, but it's a completely different game. And it became Death Stranding, which I like that game as well.
Heard it was creepy, weird, and weird.
Yeah, a lot of people said it was too complicated to be good. I loved it. I loved it. But I hope that Silent Hill comes back and gives us that traditional style of horror.
Yeah.
Because I always liked Silent Hill.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm never going to play it.
So I'm very excited for that. I'm curious where they're going to go with the next Resident Evil, because I won't spoil 8, but I'm curious where they're going to go, because the remakes have been very successful.
Yeah.
I don't really see a point.
Well, you can't keep remaking stuff, though.
You can't. I think Resident Evil 4 would be a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Because Resident Evil 5 was the first of the modern Resident Evil.
I was like, it's too close with the...
Yeah. And Resident Evil 5 was just bad. Nobody wants a Resident Evil 5 remake. If you do, leave a comment because I'm curious if you exist.
It's going to be a picture of a big hot shit they took.
Yeah, right.
Be like, fuck you guys.
Well, Resident Evil 5 was fun, but it was just a shooter.
Sure,
It
okay.
was just, they tried to make it closer to Call of Duty, and it was co-op. So it was fun. It wasn't a good Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. But this sparked a conversation about whether you would rather have a created character, a character that you create like Skyrim or most RPGs, or if you would rather have a game that has a set character.
I wish that. So the only thing I really love about a set character is the interactions feel genuine.
Yeah,
because they're scripted and written out to feel that way.
Yep.
I wish when I created a character, it felt like that as well.
And we're getting close.
We're getting close.
Like I think Mass Effect probably did that best.
Oh yeah, because it had choices that actually affected things.
Yes, like you are Commander Shepard, right?
Yeah.
If they didn't say your name, it's a custom character. Like
Correct.
You get to create your appearance and you get to have a first name, but it's not like that matters.
Yeah, and I can understand why they didn't try to do the Siri thing where they have the actors say every letter, because someone's going to be like, "Oh, here's our savior, and is our savior the buttfuck man?"
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fallout 4 tried to do it, and it was terrible.
Oh, really?
You heard about that, right?
No.
One of their big advertisements when Fallout 4 was coming out was like, they'll actually say your character's name. And the first character you meet outside the vault, which was your butler pre-war, had like 400 programmed generic names that if you typed it in, he would call you that name. Like he was like, "Hello, Tyler," and it would say my name or whatever. That's the only character in the game that did it. And it was only like 300 programmed just generic names.
It didn't try to like put...
Nope.
That's upsetting.
It would just say sir if it wasn't one of the ones that they programmed in to say. But their big advertisement were like, people will call you who you are. It's
well, I need a village of people who are desperate and in need of a hero.
Yep.
Who are relieved to see me.
Yep.
To call me.
My name.
Which is Jimmy the Buttfuck Man.
Is the a middle name, or is it part of your surname?
My middle name is the, yeah.
The.
It's Jimmy.
Yep.
You can call me Jim, Big Jim, Jimbo. You know, I'm not too tight on it. But you must include the Buttfuck Man.
Otherwise, I'll be upset.
I will. I'll be upset. It's not my name.
Yeah, it's not fair.
I don't do what my name says.
Right.
Gross poop comes from there.
But yeah, I will almost always take a set character. I like creating characters. I have fun with Skyrim. I have fun with RPGs.
I get so mad when you spend like an hour and a half making your face look like, yeah, that's a guy.
Right.
And then you either get to the voice and all the voices are like, and I'm here to kick butt.
Yeah.
You're like, that's not what I made his face look like.
And it's always so generic.
Or they just slap a helmet on you.
Right. I don't know if there's ever been a created character that I have connected with. Like, if you were to list who's your favorite video game characters of all time, it's not going to be the Nord I created in Skyrim. Like,
yeah, all right, you're selling me on it. I really, because like Mass Effect did a really good job.
Yeah, but you're still a set character. You can make, so the games that I can think of right now off the top of my head that did something like that was Mass Effect. I think Dragon Age 2, you're a guy named, I think, Hawk, but you can be a mage, you can be a fighter, you can be but you're a set character going through a story.
This is off topic. I'm pretty sure Legend of the Dragoon is getting remade, and you won't have to play the other games to get what's going on.
Okay. That's
Pretty excited about that. So,
Yeah.
hot nerd tip.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to
That's awesome. And then the third one was...
Watch me just be wrong on all of that.
Yeah, right. And then the third one is Cyberpunk, because no matter what character you create, you're V.
Yeah.
And you know Jackie. You there's the little things that you can change, but you're still a character.
I kind of like that because it feels more akin to real life in a way.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be dropped into a circumstance. You have options.
Yeah.
But things happen.
Yeah. I think Persona did a good job as well. You are Joker. That is your not Persona. It's your thief name.
Sure.
Like you name your character whatever you want.
Yeah.
I named mine Master Senpai. That was because I thought it was funny. It's a Japanese game, so everybody calls you Senpai anyway. And it's voice acted,
But it will be.
most of the interactions are text where they'll say your name. Like,
Oh, do they do the fun thing where it's like they make it like, huh, what? And then the text is just something different?
Yes.
Where it's like, what? And then it's a confused question.
100%. Yes.
That's so good. Where it's like,
I love it.
yes. And it's like, oh, yes, Master Senpai Master.
Yes, that's exactly why. So they'll call you by your first name at certain points, and then you are like a role model to like 2 or 3 people in the game that call you Senpai. So it's gonna be funny that they're just saying my name.
I love when like I've seen some good ones where like classic ones where like like Legend of Zelda, you name the horse, and like your bitch ran away. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I like naming my rival in the original Pokemon games that fuck.
Oh, yeah. Let us know what if you had any good ones of these. Like what is your name for like your rival or your horse or anything that's fun to read when a text pops up?
Yeah, it's great.
What their name was, what the game was, and a quote. Like I'd love to read some of these in the next episode.
So up until Breath of the Wild, Link was never called Link. Did you know that?
No.
He never once is called Link.
He was called that little elf boy.
It was the default name that popped up, but they never say it.
I do like how that is pretty great.
Yeah.
There's a link to the past, which you're like, oh, it's a pretty good play on words.
Yeah.
They're like, it's not.
Well, it was subtle in that they knew that that's what they wanted the character's name to be, but they
were too lazy to write someone being like, oh, hey, Link.
It was convenient for save files. Like Tyler would be the save file, and then like your brother or your sister or whatever.
Yeah.
So the save file was what they would show up in the text throughout the game. But that was really it. The default was always Link.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't actually say Link out loud until Breath of the Wild. But I just thought that was interesting.
That's neat.
But where were we going with this?
Characters created versus...
Oh, yeah. Like Joel from Last of Us.
Yeah.
It would have been completely different if your character in that game was created.
Yeah.
Like nothing would have hit nearly as hard.
True.
Because I wouldn't have created that like fatherly figure character that really pulled the story together.
Yeah.
I would have been the buttfuck man. And then I would be having these heart-to-heart discussions as a little bitty blue goblin man.
Yeah, just that heart-to-heart where like you're talking to Ellie. We're like, you know what, Ellie, it's hard out there. And I know I'm not your father. And then Ellie's like, no, you can call me Ellie Buttfuckman.
Yeah, right.
And your character's so touched. You took my last name of Buttfuckman. Oh, no. I'll be a Buttfuckman forever, Papa.
But yeah, now some of my favorite games do have created characters, like the Fallout games. I love Fallout New Vegas.
Bloodborne, or all the Demon Souls series.
all the Souls games, incredible. I think the Souls games might be toting that line between you are that character, you are the, it's a different name for every game.
Sure.
But you are that. It doesn't really matter what that is because they still call you the thing of that.
Do you think in the next game they make, you will be the butt fuckman?
The From Software?
Yeah, from
maybe.
Introducing From Software.
If we do a Let's Play of a game that lets you create a character, I don't see why we can't. Also, shout out to Game Grumps because they always name their character the best stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Like one time their link was like Slurp or something like that. So it gets to the heartfelt scene with Zelda and she's like, Slurp. I was like,
Slurp, you can't believe you saved me, Slurp.
Yeah. So yeah, Game Grumps always does something really funny
great.
like that. Yeah. Anything else you want to chat about?
Man, I think, hey, just quick, real fast. Sonic Frontiers out for pre-order. Looks interesting, looks fun.
Yep. I love Sonic the Hedgehog so much, actually.
Yeah, he's going to hang him on the wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's gonna-
big fan. Love Sonic. Shadow's mostly my favorite character. But yeah, I think Sonic Frontiers looks pretty great.
Yeah, really, that's about it. Let's see. Tonight, if you're listening to this day of and are in Bloomington, Illinois, I'm at the Stable. And then the 28th, I'm at Smokers and Jokers popping by. And then I'm at the Blue Room doing a show there on my birthday. Saturday, come on, the 29th, I'm going to be at Sam Silver's Circle, just chilling, hanging out. So if you're a nerd out there, come by, say hi.
Nice. I will be at Smokers and Jokers as well on the 28th. And then I believe November 16th, we've got a show as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, November 16th, we'll be at Knickerbockers in Lafayette.
Yep. And that'll be a fun show.
And then I've always been including people, am I dying?
I hope so.
We've been encouraging people to like, subscribe, share, rate, and review. And we have actually got a couple of in, and super nice guys. If you leave us a 5-star review, we will read it because if you've worked at a Yum brand food service industry or know the algorithm, anything less than a 5 is bad. So if you leave us a 5-star review, we will read it on the air.
Yeah.
Type whatever you want, and we might edit some words, but that's because we want to do another episode.
Yes.
All right. This review comes from Claude's Anonymous. It starts with Taps Mike, no clear throat, confident in their speak.
Yep.
TNT are good boys who take a practical look at the current events of nerddom without bogging us down with a barrage of bad jokes. Let's be clear. There are bad jokes. Period. Capital B, but. Screw you, Claudes. But they also inject lively conversation with good humor, and the two have a great chemistry. And at 30 minutes or so, it's an easy listen. Thank you so much, Claude's Anonymous.
Yep. Very clear that if it was over 30 minutes, not worth it.
My patience is done at 29:59.
Done. But yeah, so thank you so much for leaving the review. We read one off for Tuesday as well. If you leave a review, we'll be checking it out, or even comments on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah,
like
anything. We're going to be trying to get in a little bit more shout out section. So thank you so much for everybody. Hey,
we're also getting to the point where people are leaving comments, which is nice because we love talking to you guys. Like we try and comment on everybody's comment, communicate with everybody. We appreciate every single one of you.
And we got our reoccurring hero, dehydrated bottle of water, leaving them comments out there.
Every video.
Oh, yeah.
Every review. Every video, just a reliable, great person.
My mom is pretending to be someone on the internet so good. No, they're a complete stranger that I'm not paying in Bitcoin.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell a dog.